Oh, there we go. Good afternoon, everyone at Corcom, and welcome to the 2022 Corcom Cook Along as part of Wellbeing Month. So any newbies who have joined, apologies, I've not got around to introduce myself just as of yet, but every January Corcom does a Wellbeing Month. So that can mean a number of different things to different people, but basically, as part of it, I'm going to cook you all a healthy recipe that you can follow along to and have for your dinner this evening. So without further ado, we're just going to spin round and let me get my, see, that quality to me looks a little bit bad, but thumbs up if you can see the chopping board. Right, so the dish that we're going to be cooking is smoky chorizo cod with crispy potatoes and a garlic aioli. Sorry, you can't see my head, but I'm just too big for this kitchen. It's quite a small kitchen, so bear with me. So you've got your 4 white potatoes. Basically, what we want to do with these is cut them into a 1 centimetre cube. So down the middle, in half, and then in half again, and then in half again on the other side. And then take those halves and cut them into centimetre cubes, yes? So going like long ways down into 3. So like that and like that. And then spin it round 90 degrees, line it up and cube it that way. Look at that. I already did a few. I should have pre-cooked these, to be fair now, but it's all right. They'll only take 10 minutes. We should be fine. So down lengthways again. Can we all see the chopping board? Not really. Yeah. Lengthways again in 3. Turn it 90 degrees and then just cube it into centimetres. So do this to all 4 of the potatoes. And then what we're going to do with them is roast them off in the oven for about 10 minutes to start with a bit of cayenne and paprika mix. And then, yeah, we'll get on to the next bit. So cube them. And right, let's get them on the roasting tray. You see that, yeah? No? So potatoes onto your roasting tray. There's quite a lot of potatoes, to be fair, for the dish that we're doing, if it just serves 1, but get yourself out on a nice well-being walk afterwards with all this potato in you. Right, oil. Nice drizzle of oil. I don't know how much it says, but I'll just go by eye there. What I think. Let me get my chef's cloth out. And then loads of salt and pepper. Adjust to your preference. And so we're going in with half of the cayenne and paprika spice mix. Now it's a little bit hard to get out of this bag here, but do your best and sprinkle, because we need to reserve half for the cod. Jem, this is quite difficult to get in here. Here we go. In fact, I've got something covered.
I've had to go for chili powder instead of paprika. Is that okay, Chef?
Oh, that's a great suggestion there, Tom. Well, that would be a fantastic alternative or a substitute. Yeah, you can definitely do that.
Good stuff. No, that's good to hear.
You know what? You can put what you want on these, in fact. But even oregano could work. Right. They're mixed in. Give them a little mix up. Get all the oil introduced to the surface area of the potato cubes. There we go. And see, look, I've actually overloaded that tray there, so they're not going to cook as crisp as you want. So basically what you want to maybe do is put half of those onto another tray. So you've got a nice kind of a spacious bit of layer so it can crisp up in the oven. Anyway, they're going in 200 degrees fan, 10 minutes. Get my timer on, old school oven, press, there you go, 10 minutes. Right. So meanwhile, we're going to cut the onions and the pepper. So get your bell pepper. So there's a couple of ways you can do this. I always like to slice the top of it off like that, and then just go in and just de-seed it like that and just pull it out in one big scoop like that. Shake it into your rubbish bag in half and then in little 1 centimetre strips, similar to the potato size, and then twist it and cube it. That's what I'm going to do anyway. You can do whatever shapes you want, I suppose. Lengthways, twist it, cube it. There we go. So that's your 1 pepper. Then we've got 2 red onions to, again, I'm just going to go cube, so top and tail it. So you cut the bottom off, cut the top off, and then I cut it in half like that, and then take the skin off with like corner of your thumbnail, because you don't want that outer skin on, because that's not very nice. So do that with both your red onions. And then cube, again, 1 centimetre cube I'm going to do, so just across and then lengthways like that. Don't have to look perfect for this. Last onion. Wow, that's a tough onion. Right. 2 seconds. Yeah, so I could have pre-cooked the potatoes, to be totally honest here, but we'll live. In fact, no, I'll show you what I can do. I've got an idea. Right, so cube the other onion. Basically, this is just going to be like a little cubey vegetable dish underneath the cod. Right, that's your onions prepped. Slide them to one side. So, right, yeah, so basically we've got 10 minutes to talk amongst ourselves. No, I'm joking, but basically the potatoes need to cook for 10 minutes now. I'll just put these in a bowl. And then we'll move on to doing the garlic aioli. I think he's next. Yeah. Right, so we've got 2 cloves of garlic. You can use it, right, so I've got a good garlic aioli recipe here, but it's not on this recipe. So what I'd do with this, I'd get a full bulb of garlic, like wrap it in foil with salt. So cut the top off the bulb of garlic and put it in foil, drizzle of olive oil, twist the pepper, and then I'd be roasting it in the oven alongside the potatoes for about an hour. So what that does, it makes the garlic not harsh, then it makes it very sweet and like savoury and nice. I'd do that, but look, this recipe don't call for it. It calls for raw garlic in your aioli. So if that's not your thing, roast it, because that's what I'd do. But yeah, so again, top and tail your garlic. A good little tip with the garlic to peel it, get the knife in the back of your hand and just bang it like that. And then that takes the skin off very easily. And then you've just got the flesh left to chop. There you go. So again, well, no, not again. Fine dice this, fine chop that, because you don't want a big, like, lumpy garlic aioli thing with raw garlic bits in there. So basically, a good tip with this as well: salt and pepper onto it, twist the pepper onto it, and then get the back of the knife, and like you can use the coarse salt to kind of mush up your garlic and make it go mushy, and it seasons it at the same time. Just a top tip for you there. Scoop that onto the back of your knife. I don't think I'm doing this in order, but we'll just get the aioli done. Mayo, Elman's mayo, little ramekin, just bang as much as you want into there. In with your garlic aioli, like that. Give her a whisk up. That's that. So while the veggies Oh, sorry. And we're going in with the juice of half a lemon as well. Another top tip here, roll it between your hands to get the most juice out of it. Or just on your board. Or in fact, even 10 seconds in the microwave actually yields a lot more juice than it would be just going in dry. Cut that in half. Squeeze her into your mayo like that. Seems like a lot of juice that, but we'll go with it. She might be a bit tart and a bit sour. Woo. Oh wow. You know what? It's almost splitting the mayonnaise. That might not be a good idea, that, folks. Is it splitting it? Oh no, just we're all right. That's all right then. Right, onto the cod. Let's prepare the cod. So what you want to do here, let's get his pan on. So you don't want a screaming hot pan for this. We're not cooking a steak. We're cooking a delicate bit of white fish. It's not a robust red meat. So I'm going to advise maybe this is an induction hob. If you've got a gas hob at home, I'd say medium heat. I'm going to put this on number 4 out of 6 just so you can gauge it. So let's unwrap the cod. I've not seen it yet. Right. So kitchen roll, because what we want to do is dab it dry. You don't want wet cod going into a pan because it's just going to like boil in its own juices, and it's going to be more of like a boiled, strange, overcooked thing. So bit of kitchen roll. Oh, it's a meaty bit of cod that as well. It's a nice piece. So cod on the kitchen roll. Basically, just dab it dry like that. Get all the moisture out of it. Just have a read of the instructions. So heat a large pan, drizzle of olive oil over a high, see, it recommends high heat here, but I'm going to advise against that. Once hot, add the smoky cod. Right, so we need to dice his, so after we've patted his cod dry, just leave that at the side there to kind of dry off. And then we're going to move on to his chorizo. Now it might have a paper skin around it sometimes like they do. I think this one does. And if it does, what you want to do is kind of cut a very fine like line down the middle of it there. And then with your fingernail, get a hold of the paper, or see that there. Look, it actually does. And then you want to remove all of that because you don't want to be eating. See, the recipe wouldn't have told you that. It's a good job I'm here for these top tips. Remove that paper off the chorizo because no one wants to be chewing paper in the dinner. Yeah, so what does it say for this? Yeah, dice the chorizo again. So I'll probably just go half in half. Do you know what? Half and half again, actually, and then just dice it. Yeah. Half again. So put that little stick of chorizo into quarters long ways. And then just dice it along it. In what centimetre? 0.5 centimetre dices. 5 mil, we call it in the trade, you know. Right, that's that. So on the fish, we're going to add the rest of the cayenne and the paprika when we're cooking it. So that the pan's burning, but it doesn't look like it's on. Oh, yeah, there we go. Do you know what? Do you know what? No, ignore my advice before. I'm going to go with the hot pan so it doesn't stick. Let's say hot pan. So you could do this in the pan, but basically what I'm going to do is just oil the fish on a plate to start with, and then put the spices on it. So dash of olive oil on it. There my potatoes. Right. Oh wow. Here we go. It's all action here. So wow, I nearly touched that without an oven glove. So take your potatoes out. Oh, they're not looking bad at all. They've done a lot better than I thought in that time. So potatoes out. Do you know what? I'm going to transfer this to a bigger tray. Bear with me. Right, bigger tray, and I'm gonna. So what we're doing now is we're putting the red onions and red peppers into the tray with the potatoes, and then they go back into the oven for. What do they go back in for? It's about 15 minutes. So just dump them back in, give them a mix up. Oh, coming along well then, to be fair. Little mix up in there, and then it'll just take 15 minutes to finish them off in the same oven. Back in. Right, so as pan's hot enough now, we've oiled as fish, so there's a skin side to it. I'm going to suggest going skin side down first. Generously season it with salt and pepper on the skin side. And also get your cayenne and paprika all over it as well. Now this might smoke your kitchen out, to be fair, so get the extractor on, but I won't put it on for this because it might affect the audio. So there you go, pat that into the skin. Let's listen for the sizzle. Can we hear it? Wait a minute. Oh, lovely. Can you hear that? Can you hear that sizzle? Right, so she's not going to take long. Don't let your eyes off this. Probably going to be a 2-minute job. Wow, it's getting in my throat. Right. Cook the cod on 2 minutes on each side until it's through. Right, so we're going in with the chorizo as well. It's all going off. Sprinkle that around the outside. And those oils will release and cook the skin as well. Oh, it's going to be delicious, this, actually. Wow, that's getting in my throat. I need the extractor fan. Let me open this back door. Jesus, right, 2 minutes. That's cooking away nicely. Don't touch it, you'll affect to the skin and it might stick to the pan. So as well, I may add while we're here that you could substitute this for chicken or tofu. So if you have got chicken, it'll be a longer cooking. I can't stop coughing. It'll be a longer cooking time, and similar with tofu. So just bear that in mind.
I've gone for butterfly chicken, Jimmy.
Oh, excellent. A top tip from Tom there. So butterfly the chicken, you reduce its thickness and it'll cook a lot quicker. Top tip, Tom Long. Oh, there, look, it's not stuck either. That is just wonderful. So give that another minute. So meanwhile, blah, 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 blah. So then all we've got to do now is literally wilt off our kale and spinach, which isn't a big job at all. To be honest, we'll do it in this pan while that's resting. Wow, the chorizo's getting a real good crisp and colour on it there. Maybe too much. Right, so flip the cod over. One foul swoop like that. Oh, wow, she looks brilliant. So on this side, I like to turn the heat down a little bit. Do you know what? I'm going to take my chorizo bits out because they're done. So if you need to, scoop your chorizo out because mine's looking quite done there. And then reserve that on the side for later. And just let your cod finish off there for another minute or so. And then what? Do you know what? I'm going to squirt a bit of lemon in the pan for it as well. Woo, look at that, a bit of drama and excitement. Yeah, so that won't take too long. And then what we'll do is sit that on the side to rest for about 3 minutes or so. So we've got his aioli ready. Yeah. Right, so I'm gonna take out the. No, we'll give the fish another minute, and then if you want to, I don't do this, but you can wash. You can wash your spinach and kale, but I'm just gonna go in with it with a splash of water and just let it like pan steam, stroke fry, literally until it's just wilted down a bit. Right, I'm gonna take that cod out now and let it rest. If anyone can, I feel like the light's very bad. There we go. So that just let that rest on the side. Cover it with foil if you want, and then basically splash your water in your pan to make some steam, and then just in with your kale and spinach, and then that'll literally cook down in about 30 seconds, like that. I've probably put too much water in there. Maybe not put that much water in. But do you know what? I'll drain that off. Yeah, so you don't want this cooked for too long, because overcooked spinach and kale is not good for health and well-being. So turn that off, strain it off. There we go. So basically now we're ready to assemble, I think. So let's have a look. So let's have a look at the crispy potatoes, see how we're getting on. Technically, we've got 10 minutes left, but basically it's the last thing to do. So what I'm going to do is just take them out, spin them around and serve it up, just for purposes of this. Oh, look, they don't look bad at all, to be fair. So give them a little shake up. Yeah, so look, these need another 10 minutes, but I'm not going to have us sitting here waiting for potatoes to cook for 10 minutes. So I'll just serve up the dish now, and then you can get the gist of what it's about. So I'm going with like a bit of a big dish type bowl. So we're going to go first in with a spoonful of his crispy potatoes, peppers and onions, maybe one, depending on how big you like your portions. I mean, probably I'd say I'm going to go 4 or 5. Yeah, like a large portion here. 4 or 5 scoops of that. And then we're going to go in with the kale and the spinach. So again, just over the top there, drape it over, be artistic if you want. There we go. And so at this stage here, I'm going to drizzle a little bit of the aioli. Can we see? Yeah, I'm going to drizzle a little bit of the aioli. It should be quite liquidy now you put the lemon in. So just over and around as much as you want, really. Then we're going to go chorizo, crispy chorizo bits. Now you could say mine are a bit on the crispy side, maybe burnt, but so sprinkle those all over. Then we're going on with his cod, nicely rested. Oh, it's just got a bit of give to it, flaking away. That looks cooked perfectly. Scoop her on top, like that. I should have had. Yeah, so you can cut a lemon wedge if you'd like. I'm not, a few lemon wedges if you want. I mean, I've used most of my lemon, so there's not much of it left. Squeeze a lemon over the top. Do you know what? I'm going to do a drizzle of oil over the top as well, just because I can. And maybe a twist of salt. And I think we're done.
Excellent work, mate.
I think we're done. Yeah, it looks nice, that, to be fair. So my potatoes will be a little bit, do you know what? I might bang the potatoes back in the oven now, deassemble it, but I just didn't want to keep everyone waiting. Has anyone got any questions on that?
reckon you should do a little taste test. Tell us how it tastes.
Tom, show us yours, lad.
What with my raw cod and raw potatoes? Go on, I will do. Let's see how we've done.
To be fair, it doesn't look too bad. So it's all about a taste test now.
Make sure you wash your hands, Jimmy.
The potatoes are wait a minute, let's have a look at the cod inside. Oh, a little bit translucent, lovely. Let's get a bit of crispy potato on. Here we go. Oh, wow. If I do say so myself. Wow, very nice. Yeah, so
I'll give it a go now, me.
how are you?
You could get it done in half an hour.
Yeah, you could easily. Yeah, so that's the Corcom Cook Along, guys. Hope you enjoy it. Happy Wellbeing Month.
Thank you very much, Jimmy. We thoroughly enjoyed
Oh,
that.
brilliant.
Quality of that, Jimmy.
Thanks, Jimmy.
See you later.
Oh, you've got
guys.
sweat on now, mate.
No.
Pressure.
Tom, what's yours like?
Mine's a work in progress.